I'd like to call to order, Community Facilities District meeting for October 27th, 2018. This is a joint meeting of the following communities. Number 1, Community Facilities General District Number 1. Number 2, Palm Valley Community Facilities District Number 3. 3, Community Facilities Utilities District Number 1. 4, Wildflower Ranch Community Facilities District. 5, Wildflower Ranch Community Facilities District Number 2. 6, Cotton Flower Community Facilities District. 7, Estrella Mountain Ranch Community Facilities District. 8 is King Ranch Community Facilities District. 9 is Centerra Community Facilities District. And finally, 10, Cortina Community Facilities District. We are here except Council Member Sherry Loretano. So could I hear a motion to excuse her and a second?
So moved.
Second.
I heard a motion from Councilman Pizzillo, from Board Member Pizzillo, and a second from Board Member Hampton. I think we can just do this by all in favor.
All those in favor.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? The ayes have it. There are no communication items tonight. Just one second. So now is the time for citizens who would like to address the CFD board on non-agenda items within the jurisdiction of the board. Are there any cards?
No, Chairman.
All right, does anyone in the audience wish to speak? All right, will the district clerk please read consent agenda items 5.1 by title only, please?
5.1, approval of minutes.
Thank you. Does anybody on board wish to remove an item from the consent agenda? No? All right, then could I have a motion, a second, to approve the consent agenda? The motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, Vice Chair Wally, Vice Chair Campbell made the motion, and the second was a board member, I'm not going to say Pizzillo, you're looking at me,
It wasn't.
is Stipp. All right, ask for roll call vote, please.
It wasn't Loretano.
Yeah,
Good.
I hear you.
Vice Chairman Campbell.
Aye.
Board Member Pizzillo.
Aye.
Board Member Stipp.
Aye.
Board Member Hampton.
Aye.
Board Member Kano.
Aye.
Chairman Lord.
Aye.
The motion carries.
All right, great. We're on to the business. Now, I'm going to just call to order this matter to the city manager because we're making a change in form, okay? And we've talked about this at our retreat. So refrain from asking questions till the staff's presentation, or if there's a lull, or if they really want to, if they raise their hand. Is that what we're working on? All right, very good. So everybody got your directions? All right, the first item, 6.1, is to conduct a public hearing on the feasibility report related to the acquisition, construction, and financing of certain improvement benefiting the Estrella Mountain Ranch CFD. Open the public hearing. District Treasurer Doug Samstrom will present both of tonight's business items at this time, 6.1 and 6.2. Welcome.
Thank you. As Chairman Lord mentioned, I will be presenting on both items at one time. We are here this evening as the developer has requested for the creation of a new special assessment district within the Estrella Mountain Ranch Community Facilities District. This would be the 6th such special assessment district in EMR. Tonight's actions are a public hearing on the feasibility study, which was conducted by an appraiser and then also Wildan Engineers on behalf of the district. This district will be the 6th district, joining Desert Village, Montecito 1 and 2, and Gulf Village 1 and 2 in this area. As we go along, if there are any questions, the developer is here, bond counsel is here, as well as our financial advisors. The area in question for this assessment district is in the Lucero subdivision, right at the entryway of Estrella Mountain Ranch at the corner of Cotton Lane in Estrella Parkway. The area outlined in the map here is the entire assessment area for this area, the benefited area. For tonight's action in the 1 and 2 weeks, we'll be just looking at about half of this as the benefited area, with future half of it coming forward as another assessment district in order to make sure that the assessed valuations are there and that construction's progressing and for phasing. The projects that will be funded within this area are public infrastructure, Hillside Drive, which on the map starts right up here and runs through the entire length of the project. A couple water lines, a 16-inch and a 12-inch, a lift station, a force main, and then several other water system upgrades related specifically to this overall benefited area. What the plan of financing is for this special assessment is the total project cost for the entire area is $11.9 million. Just a little under half of it is associated with this first assessment district, with the plan for a future assessment district coming in the future, along with the phasing of the construction. The funding of that will be from bond proceeds, and the rest will be developer contribution. We're looking at a 25-year bond and approximately $7.4 million. One of the important things to look at when forming any special assessment is the coverage ratio. Our CFD policy requires a 4-to-1 coverage ratio, meaning the appraised valuation has to be at least 4 times the size of the bond that we are issuing. In case there's ever a default, that we'd be able to go back to the land and the land would cover the cost of that loan. And this proposal before you tonight meets that 4-to-1 coverage area in all areas except for one section, which is a 3-to-1 ratio. And that is based on the appraisal report, just due to the timing of construction. Most likely by the time we actually issue the bonds at the end of December, it will be at the 4-to-1 ratio. So staff has no issues or concerns with that one area that does not meet the 4-to-1, because we will be meeting it in very shortly. Overall, the developer has committed that the assessments per lot will not exceed $13,500. So even if the appraisal report and the bond issue came back requiring a higher amount than that, the developer would kick in the additional money to keep it at $13,500 or below. The annual assessment amounts, when the homeowner does buy into here, we're looking at around $1,100 per year billed through Maricopa County property tax, and that is per home. What we're looking for from the board tonight is conducting the public hearing on the feasibility report, and then considering the resolution of intention to form a district, approving the feasibility study, and ordering the work. The work is actually currently underway, and if approved, once we go through bond financing and so on, when it is done, the developer would contribute that to the district and payment would happen. On November 5th, in 2 weeks, we'll come forward to the board for the final actions to actually assess the levy, approve all the bond documents, and approve the assessment and the assessment diagram of what those assessments will look like. And with that, I will open it up to any questions.
Thank you. All right. Are there any speaker cards?
No, Chairman.
All right, thank you. I'm going to close the hearing. And so we're going to go on to item 6.2 to adopt the resolution approving the feasibility report, declaring it's an intention to finance and acquire improvements benefiting the Australia Mountain Ranch CFD, and ordering the work on the project. And then, of course, District Treasurer Doug Sandstrom, we just presented this to all of us. And are there any speaker cards on this?
No, Chairman.
Okay. So will the district clerk please read resolution EMR CFD Resident 2018-123 by title only, please?
Adopt Resolution EMR CFD Resolution 2018-123, approving the feasibility report relating to the acquisition, construction, and financing of certain improvements benefiting the district, declaring its intention to finance and acquire certain improvements described in the feasibility report, forming Lucero Assessment District Number 1, determining that special assessment revenue bonds may be issued to finance the costs and expenses thereof under the provisions of Title 48, Chapter 4, Article 6, Arizona Revised Statutes, and all amendments thereto, declaring the improvements to be of more than local or ordinary public benefit, and that the cost of said improvements will be assessed upon assessment district, and ordering the public infrastructure projects performed.
Thank you. Could I have a motion, a second, to adopt resolution EMR CFD Residence 2018-123?
So moved.
I heard from Vice Board Member Campbell, and I believe a second from, all right, Board Member Kano. Open for council discussion or board discussion? Yes.
So just to confirm for the public, no one currently resides in this area, so this assessment is
Bill,
not.
can you put that microphone a little bit closer, please? Thank you.
No one currently resides in this area, therefore this assessment is not going to be a surprise to a resident. It'll come when they purchase their lots. Is that correct?
Correct. Nobody currently lives there, and as part of the feasibility report and all the documents, once we do start selling homes up in that area, they will be notified of the district and the impact on them.
Great. Do we know what the cost per home may be, roughly?
13,500 will be how much the houses will be selling?
No, the assessment on the home.
The assessment, it will be capped at 13,500, and we're looking at a number just slightly lower than that, and the annual assessment will be about $1,100.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, more about Priscilla.
Again, just for the general public, the infrastructure that's on there for the initial home buyers, all right, when they go to settlement, they're notified that they earn an additional assessment versus what the city charges, correct?
That is correct.
And also for any future home buyers, the fact that now it's going to be part of the property tax, they can do their research. Because always the biggest concern with CFDs is when we used to bill separately, people sometimes, I know when you go to settlement, you're signing a bunch of papers and half the time you may not know what all the stuff you're signing, or you should know what everything you're signing. So they have a tendency that when they sell the house or they buy it maybe secondhand, they didn't realize that second thing's on there. But if you do your due diligence, now that it's all being billed by the county, you should be able to see that 13,000 assessment on there, correct? In addition to the property taxes.
Correct. What you'll see on an average, on your annual property tax bill, it'll show the district and the amount of the payment for the district. So then you would know that there is something there, and then they could come and find out what the total amount is.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it gives us security that we've definitely kind of modernized the program and made the citizen more aware. I don't know why this is doing this. I have no idea.
You're good.
How about doing that? All right, then I think it's time for, yes, Board Member Campbell.
Thank you. My quick question is, when you come back for the additional assessment or the additional district, is it still going to be just district number one, or are we going to have two separate districts up
It
there?
would be two separate districts.
Okay, thank you. That's it.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right, let's have roll call vote, please.
Vice Chairman Campbell.
Aye.
Board Member Stipp.
Aye.
Board Member Hampton.
Aye.
Board Member Kano.
Aye.
Board Member Pizzillo.
Aye.
Chairman Lord.
Aye.
The motion carries.
Thank you. Does the board have any comments or combinations or reports on current events? All right, does the district manager have anything to add? All right, with that, then there's no summary required. I'm going to adjourn this, with no further business, we're adjourning this meeting. And we don't start the other one until, can we start it right away? Or
The work session
The work
is immediately
session?
following, so we should be able to go
can do
forward
it
with the
right-
work
okay,
session.
so I'll adjourn this to start the work session. Meeting adjourned. I'd like to call to order the work session on October